Hey, Tyler.
Yes, Evan?
I'm guessing it could really hurt to get hit by this car.
I bet it would, Evan.
Tyler! I'm on fire!
You can grab her and like give her a head start.
Yeah.
See if she's drowning or something.
Yeah, because well, she's been underwater longer than me.
So then Olivia comes out. So it's a shot of Olivia coming out.
But it was saying maybe you could start with her just going like up onto the shore, almost like she's already like waded through. For
So
me,
they like cut to her being like, oh, and she makes it, and then it would cut to you coming out right after, right?
yeah.
But you're further in the lake.
Yeah, I'm right up the edge.
You're on the-
You know what we
you're
should do
down.
that I hadn't thought of before would be fucking cool is just one more cool underwater shot of the chain against the cliff edge. There's a chain.
There's the chain.
Right here. Like this. Going down. And you can have a camera like right here.
Yeah.
Or like right here. So you see the chain going against that like all fast.
As you come out.
Yeah.
So it'd be like you come out, and you're like, oh.
I'm already turned backwards and like was like
It cuts to the
yeah.
inside,
Yeah. There you go.
A little bit of repair, but
Men in Black. Oh shit. Whoa! What?
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's what we need.
it's the same mechanisms used for like chest bursters, any generic alien tentacle, but it works really well. Yeah,
you,
pull it out.
you would mount this, obviously someone would be holding this.
What is it from?
It's not meant to freestand, it's meant to be on a surface.
Anything. So like the chest burster, you know, it goes right out here and wiggles. Just depends on the gag.
Where are we?
What do we do here?
We are arriving at the mill, which is a higher end effects and animation house than we can afford. But Leisha, my brother's girlfriend, works
always
here,
used to
so
have my
we got an in, which doesn't happen very often.
Hi.
What you want?
The mill?
Mail? Okay.
We'll shoot Evan in a pool on green screen, right? And then these rock formations and these chains will be a miniature plate that we shoot separately. And then this squid monster will be like a puppet. So it'll be like 3 layers of stuff that we map together to try to make work.
If you guys have someone on your team that could do a breakdown of shots, that's what we usually do estimates from. If you're ready for estimates, I'm not sure what stage you're at right now.
Yeah, we're going into production pretty quickly.
Okay.
This is the stuff
Yeah.
that we're excited about because instead of just CG and everything, we're trying to figure out how to get all these plasma and lightning effects and do them as much as possible with real elements and things.
Fantastic. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, you pick it up if you want to. I don't know. I never got a chance to play with one of these before we got this one.
Yeah, damn.
It's a big chunk of steel.
That is really heavy for such a small part.
It's deceptively heavy, right?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that heavy.
The barrel alone weighs like 30 pounds. It's
Wow.
not on there right now.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. We've made fake ones before, that's why I'm
We
Yeah,
fascinated.
I get two more check marks by concept art too. I did these 2 yesterday.
Boobies. Penis.
Are they good enough? These are good enough for check marks.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. See, here you go, Joel.
Yeah!
The check marks. Over the years, I have come up with a lot of ideas of how to incentivize people. The check marks is just that. Like, it's the idea of if we complete a task, then you get your little mark. And that could be like a number of different tasks. It's just this big running tally at the top of the whiteboard. And essentially, if we stay on top of it, right, you will know by the end of a movie how many tasks it takes to actually to complete a film.
Something's wrong with your eye in this though.
Yeah, my beard's a little bit scruffier in there, I think.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But wasn't it in the movie? No.
I think it was less than I even have now. That's why I keep slowly shaving it down to get used to having almost baby face.
We tried to replace him time and time again, but I mean, how can you do this?
I blew it.
Beard's too big.
My only concern
What's going on out here?
when you get that stuff downtown.
Marketing meeting.
When you get shirts downtown, a lot of the time it's because the manufacturer made them wrong. So one sleeve can be longer than the other. So when you go to print them, they're not straight.
Yeah.
But also
So is it worth
something
it?
quality
Like the 50 cents
people can
off?
enjoy.
Probably not.
No.
To not know if they're straight or not.
We got to get these prices down, Jet.
I paid $6. I paid $6.
I know, there's something weird going on around here.
And I don't know. I think that $30.
Hey, we're gonna go over to Carlos's really quick, so we'll be right back if you guys are.
All right.
Do you think? I think.
Like, art director, like, I think you need a production design.
So I imagine we're talking about building a set. Just something simple, because it is textures and stuff, but making a little tiny cross section of sets. So even if you wanted this exact shot, we still only build this much. And we're talking about doing a handful of things like that. Like this one, this is the biggest thing we're talking about building. We want to find an old water slide tube or a pipe or something, and actually because this is obviously this is just representational. It's supposed to have a lot of texture and weird shit going on in here, and we want to be able to drop that in a pool or a lake, so that when you first get to hell, we don't have to worry about nailing or doing a lot of detail because it's just gonna be real. It's gonna be a real set. It's gonna be in a real set, and then when you come out, this shot tracks like this because they're riding that chain, so the camera's basically going like this forward, and so that will be one of our big miniatures. So you're only gonna see things that are done almost entirely in camera for the first round of hell.
I'm sanding the parts we're making for the Canary booklet, so we're going to send out to our Patreon people.
All right, so that's the original site, and this is going to be replaced by the new handle that we have to make now.
So I'm trying to turn this into this. See the difference?
Yeah.
So nice.
Each one of these is 3D printed, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 3D printed parts, and then a metal cut part, and they all have to be hand finished. So each one of these books is a lot of work. I hope you guys are happy when you finally get them.
Here's my finished pile. Right there.
I'm trying to find the balance between like how precise we want to be and how fast we have to be because of the vast number of them. But I was gonna ask, do you want to take a look at these and like see if make sure I'm not fucking up before I get too ahead of myself?
I mean, these look.
I mean, now they're still kind of dusty,
but they look perfect. Like they couldn't be better. Even that, like those couple lines you see there, like that's not perfect, but that's still, it's still good enough. I mean, if you have the energy in you to do them like this, that's awesome. But a little bit of lines that show up every once in a while like that is not a big deal.
Touch this one up.
But you really, it's not a,
But I mean, so that's
because we're gonna put this oil on them and they're gonna turn black and most of that stuff disappears.
So that's 7. How many do we have total?
Like 110.
110. So yeah, I mean, it was not gonna be finished today.
But I mean, if it could be done in 2 days, I mean, it took like 6 months to print all those pieces, so it's not too bad.
Jet, where are we going today?
We're going to Kawana Valley. It's near Yosemite. It's actually like a folk valley lodge. They do a music school there, and there's swimming holes, there's trees, there's wildlife. It runs on solar power, which is kind of cool.
Whoa.
Might be like in the middle of nowhere a little bit, but we're looking for that.
Hi, Time's up, Joel. Get in the back seat.
Yes, ma'am. Jet found this lake location, so we're heading up there to check it out. The lake location's important because it's kind of in 3 parts. There's the underwater cavern that leads to location, there's the actual physical location, and then there's going to be a miniature version of the same location. All 3 of those separate shoot days have to be connected and flow together for it to work right.
It's got to look just right, you know, or else it's just not going to work. And we have to go see this place for ourselves, which means doing this 5-hour drive up this windy mountain road. We had McDonald's breakfast. I don't know if it was really a good idea because it was quite a car ride. I had to jump out of the car a few times. Had to use the forest facilities, if you know what I mean. We don't need to get into that too much.
Uh-oh, we got emergency poo-poo situation.
Shit. I'd be complaining a lot more if that was me.
Having emergency poops?
Yeah, if you're on a long road trip and you had emergency poops.
So we think this place is going to be perfect, right? We look at all the pictures. I've been talking to the owner. You know, it doesn't necessarily have a lake, but it does have 2 swimming holes. One of them substantially big from the pictures that has like this little floating dock in it, you know? And another one which is smaller but could work out according to the pictures. And then there's a pond as well. And we get up there, we meet with Janusz, he shows us around, and I just, you know, I want to say that the swimming hole is maybe a little bit smaller, if not very much smaller than what we were expecting.
Stage something right here, and then that would be the archway there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to do a set extension.
Yeah. Well,
or just black.
Yeah, it's nighttime, it just goes to darkness over there.
But I'm saying that this could be the cave wall. We could go up, if you imagine that, turned into, that bridge right there transitions into miniature.
So,
not that you'd probably
but that could be the shoreline too, technically.
No, but I'm saying because the shoreline is supposed to lead to the archway, but it's supposed to be closed off. So that would mean that this was cave wall, and then it would bend in like this.
And then right there would be an entrance.
Archway, yeah.
Okay, I see it, yeah.
Janusz tells us that about 3 years ago there's a big storm, and this big storm pushed all this water down and a ton of debris into the swimming hole. So it's more like a wider part of the creek now.
Remember in Predator when Arnold Schwarzenegger came out of the water onto the lakeshore and he had mud on him?
Mm-hmm. That's what we're trying to go for?
No,
okay.
no.
We'll make sure that happens. So it doesn't look like the lake is gonna pan out because the lake turned into a fucking creek. The lake wasn't a lake, it was a creek, and the cave was cool, but it was kind of small trees and the vibe was right for some of the forest scenes, but overall, if it doesn't kind of have everything we need in one place, it's not worth the long drive to shoot there.
Again, it's just one of those things where you put all this time into this perfect location, and then you get up there and you're like, well, on one hand, it's good that we saw it, you know, before we locked this place down. But then on the other hand, it's really disappointing because it's kind of like back to the drawing board.
Something out there. Past the trees.
Okay, so I mean, we're making the rounds, we're talking to people, we're getting people excited, we're starting to like lock in crew, hopefully. But the next big thing we got to focus on, we need to start building the organ.
We're making a rectifier mount. These are Mercury arc rectifiers. The rectifier itself can sit on this mount.
We need to start building the machine gun.
Look at this. It's a scribe. So I need to cut some metal for the top of this handle.
And we've got to find a home. We need a warehouse space where we actually have room to start building this stuff.
Like, I don't understand, like, this should have a bigger breaker than any of these.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
Chelsea, what's going on?
We're deciding if we're going to rent the whole huge back warehouse space at Norton Sales.
It feels like you're building in here to shoot miniatures, to shoot sets, having to do up and down shots, hanging from ropes and chains.
So that's the next big thing on the agenda.
What do you think, Clay?
Yeah, this is it.
Gotta go!
Toodaloo.
I don't ever wanna leave here. Days of sunshine so crisp.